day 5 of making her music dream come true. So what's happening?
Yeah, what happened?
What happened?
So I was looking at the bottom of my recent Bali Bali post, which is a very authentic and sincere video that I wrote or that we created about how when I really actually said a prayer to Bali to love and accept me because I wanted to honor the land and its people and its heritage. And there's just some hate comments at the bottom. And I know as an artist, as a creative, you're just entrained, grow thicker skin. And in general, I've gotten, my skin's got a little thicker, but occasionally I'm like, I felt it in my heart. How this one girl's like, they don't need another boule. And a boule means a foreigner that comes to Bali. And so my response is that I actually really have been helping the locals, and I have a lot of local friends. And because of Royal Codes, we've been working with the team and paying our staff really well and being very, very generous. Very, very true. And it's like, man, you really don't know me, but are just hi. And I said, I've been here for 6 years, and I really want to treat it like my home. Once again, she has her own experience. But she said, lucky face, because you can't make it in your own country, lucky face. And it's like, bitch, go fuck yourself. That's how I feel. And then someone else said, Bali doesn't want you there at all in the slightest. Go home. And I'm kind of like, this dude knows nothing about how in communion I really am with this place and how much beauty and synergy he has created. I think because my heart really unfolds to the peoples in the land that I'm so honoring. Like, some's all like, literally, just thank the plants and cry when I see the rice feather. So anyway, what we are discovering is what I can do to feel like I can respond to it. I think I tried to respond to one.
You know what's funny is I think, because I was just feeling into what some of the suggestions we were making, like, that's an interesting story, but I'm not going to let your negativity affect me. Thanks for the engagement. But when I think about it, I think maybe the best thing you could just say every time is thanks for the engagement with a smiley face, because there's nothing they could do to push back. And if they do respond again, it's just like, oh, thanks for the engagement. That'd be like such a good thing to say.
And then you could also say like, wow, thank you so much for engagement. I'm one step closer to my music dream. Because like when I feel in that vibration, even just then it's like,
Turn around so you can see.
you okay, huh? Why you like doing this?
I don't know. I guess I was just feeling something. My face is expressing.
Let me just do this thing.
Here, I'll hold it.
Okay. What was I saying?
One thing you can do is say thank you for the engagement on one step closer to my music dream.
Oh,
Because-
for me, I found it interesting was like how someone from a completely different world that don't know you, like, and as you take the time to comment, and they have so much energy that I actually want to comment, and I was like, wow, okay, thank you for the energy, because the debate is energy. So I feel like if we use that energy to remind you yourself of like, wow, like, thank you for your opinion. If you die, it doesn't matter. And also if when I die, I guess it doesn't matter. But long story short, it's just like, hey, I'm actually one step close to music dream come true. And people are giving their attention to me. And that's actually what I want. So then you need those people to help you promote your engagement, because those people help you promote the shit out of yourself.
What I've also heard is that when you have that kind of negativity, it's a confused supporter because they're technically supporting and driving engagement. But when it is negative, it's just interesting. But yeah, I think I'll do what you said and just put it on a story and be like, ouch, this one, I felt this one a little bit because it's so far from my values and how I really show up in Bali. But I know no matter how you show up, like, you still might be judged. So just keep doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And that's the way I like.
I think if you do it like that, that's actually more real than just like things from a bigger supporter. You'd be like,
Yeah.
wow, this actually did hurt a little because this one means a lot. But I remember that, hey, I'm one step closer to my dream now because people are paying attention.
Yeah.
So,
Confused supporters.
you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And he's also the guy that
The OG.
the OG, one of the best marketers.
Shout out to Bernie Richard.
And his thing that I always remember, one of the most valuable things he said was like, always bring the joy, because he was a powerful leader. There were so many people that just like lead away him because he always just brought the joy, but not synthetically. He would just find
his charge, just bring the joy. You know, you feel something, that everyone feels things, but find ways to like cultivate and bring joy into your meetings, into your social experiences, into your all facets of your life. And that is a charged life. And it's like, that was the thing.
That's the name
to
of the
live-
book, Charge Up.
Yeah. And I agree. And it's also like, that's something you spoke about, was gratitude, but it's just, how do you charge yourself up to be an overflow of an energy that will resonate with the type of people you want around as well, you know? So,
You resonate what I say though, yeah? Like how like you are actually now one step more closer to your dream. You just let the landing, I really feel it.
yeah, because it's more, I guess, you know what's interesting is one of the reasons why I've been a little hesitant to go ham on Dolly Dolly, and also this concept that I do believe in, which is showing my emotion, which we've recorded on seeing Bali Tara. I know that by sharing that, there will be a polarizing group of people that will be like, you're a fucking boule. What do you have to say?
Yeah.
You built a brand there. You're taking from the land. When like what we do is so ethical, and it also is really synergistic with people and with the land. Like, they're so aware of this that I know I could get lumped into this other thing, and then cultural appropriation. Like, so this is a taste of what I knew Bali could bring in, and also, yeah.
What's interesting though is that it does, I know what you mean, and I think the beautiful thing is that it can open up a dialogue, because the truth is I think it's a problem if you feel like you need to be on one side of the puzzle or for the other. But I think the truth is, the most honest thing I could say to that would be like, yeah, you're right. Like I too feel confused or at odds about it sometimes, because it's like, you know, I do have a business here, and I do everything I can to support the local people and stuff. And there's people that I see that take advantage of it, and I'm like, I actually don't know the answer, but I do everything in my power to give as much as I can and be as sweet as I can.
I love that saying, because it brings back the sale of one rule. It's like you acknowledge and you kind of like share how you feel. It's like,
Instead
hey,
of denying, it's almost like letting that person feel seen.
because
That's usually how I go.
because
about it.
when you say it like that, I can feel, imagine I was heart of that person. I was like, my guard was kind of like down. It's like, oh, he hear me actually. But like, hey, I totally hear you. Like
Yeah, you're right.
sometimes I hear you. Like sometimes I'm actually confused. Like I want to do the best. Not confused, but like I hear you. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, not confused. Not say confused, but like
Yeah, there's a word that we can find, but it's like sometimes I'm at odds with it, where I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to give, but at the same time, like, I know this is not my
it's like you're not.
land, but you know.
It's like you're not getting hooked into the world of point of view.
Yeah, you don't need to defend that what they're saying not true. You just like allow it, like kind of like in 8 Mile when Eminem's like,
Yeah, he just owned it.
It's like, yeah, I am a white dude, and I am this, and I am that. You know,
It's so
like,
true.
Well, fuck, now I got nothing.
Yeah, it's like the ammunition is gone.
Yeah.
Right. That's actually been my approach when there was we've been hit real consistent with some like hate messages before cultural appropriation. Like one time when we were using sage, which I thought was just a pretty common tool for clearing energy, and women like to use it to clear the space, etc. But it was like, whoa, I had no idea it could be that way. And then using a term bindi for our religions that were made from women in India. And what I did was acknowledge them versus just went in defense, because I don't want the hate to continue. So I have to like find a way for that woman to like feel seen and met. And whenever there is like a customer service, something that blows up, that's what I do. I'll like ring you and tell them like, Bryn, hey, let's see if we can like, this woman wants to be seen so much. There was just one woman that had such hateful things to say and was sharing stories. Don't shop from World Codes. They're this, they're that. They're like basically a fraud. And it was because she had an inherent problem, like a clothing item, and it was outside of the return window. And we have typical fashion brand policies. But we don't know what people do with the clothes. And it was such a crazy request, but I was like, fuck it. I just took it upon myself to direct message her, let her know, kind of hurt my feelings, and that this is far outside of our moral conduct and our values. So tell me what happened. And I just did a little research, found out, like, how about this? Let's get you a new pant. And just to silence it, to calm the energy, because it just felt really obstructive, I just gave, sometimes I'll let women just disrupted. Yeah. Like, just healing salve. by just giving them what they want. And you can't always do that, but occasionally I do when there's, yeah. It's just me sad now, though. I'm thinking about Wilbur.
Day 3.
Day 5.
Oh, day 5. We should have synced up the tea and the music thing so we know how to think about it.
Do you want to finish the video and share with people what does the song mean to you with Bali Bali without like all the thing like from your heart? Like, what do you want to share that?
Sure. So when I first came to Bali, a dear friend of mine told me that Bali is very special and it's very sacred and there's a magical spiritual energy here like nowhere else. And that she was told herself once and highly encouraged to say a prayer before landing, before even entering into Bali, to ask Bali for your blessing. Like, I'd love to come and stay here. I'd love to be a part of this land and be attuned, whatever the prayer feels aligned. And it's a really unique thing to do. And I said, that makes sense for me. You know, why not consent into a space, especially if it's spiritual? So I did, and I consistently did that. And so this song was a prayer to honor land and the people, and a wish for Bali to love me, because when I first stayed in Bali, I fell in love with Bali and the magic here and the beauty of people and the culture so much, all the things, the restaurants. It was just such a unique, I felt like I was in a tropical spirited festival that just never ended, and I didn't want to leave. And I just canceled my flight 3 times. And I was living in LA, and I came to see you. And so that song was written from an actual true wish and a prayer for Bali to love me. Because a lot of times in my life I've not felt at home in America. And I'm so grateful for America. I'm grateful for everything I've learned there, but I've always had a tropical spirit. And so there's something about this place that just feels resonance to my soul and my being. Like, I just feel like I flourish here. There's so much creative energy that charges me. And overall, it feels like less of a competitive marketplace and more of a supportive place, because the community is so rich in the family network here. I mean, literally, they're home zones or pub villages. It's so special. So the care that I have for the people is very, very, very deep, and the land. And so the song is as fucking authentic as it gets for me. And I'll just do my best to keep showing the world, like, I really do care about Bali. It's not a joke. I'm not just a blonde boule girl that's taking from the people. In fact, every time I have friends come here, one of the things I tell them is that I've noticed that sometimes people accidentally take advantage of the kindness and the prices. And so I have been very proactive to get people that come and visit to tip really well and to be very kind. And even like last night, I was teaching some Indonesian words so that there is a little bit more connection. So it's really important to me.
Thank you.